Yeah, live and direct. My family, blessed love, give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Yes, you are in the tiger's nest, of course, but this is another edition of Chalice Talk. And of course, this is the moment where we come together and we take our time and elevate. If this is the first time you're coming into Chalice Talk, well, you should have your chalice, your chalwa, and we take our time and we elevate as we grow. You got to give the host a moment to, go to another level. In fact, what we do at this moment, we kind of freely, somewhat freestyle on whatever meditation comes to mind, although we have something special we want to touch upon today. It has to do with unity within Rastafari. And it's something that I think every Rastafari and everyone in general will want to hear. So what I'm going to do, just going to show you how this goes. And this is usually a lengthy program now, because you're taking your time now to sit and sup with the priest. So this is no quick program and let's hurry up and get to the point and all of that stuff. No. This is the moment you come and you sit and sup with me. No fast forwarding and let's see where the subject begins. None of that. Because we have our chalwa. In fact, this is the key program where we promote you getting your chalice so that you could sip with us and sup with us as we elevate. So I'm encouraging you all to order your chalwa today. Your chalice, we ship this internationally, wherever you may be on the planet. And right now, we have gone to another level. Right now, you could get a chalice for only $50. You could get a chalice for $40. You could get your steamer. You could get your designed chalice as well. You have chalices going up the range, different prices. All you have to do is contact me. I'll give you more information on exactly how we could get the transaction going. So you could have your chalwa and sip and sup with us. In fact, we did a program that's over a month ago, the Holy Grail. And I'm going to always encourage anyone who did not see the Holy Grail to go and watch the Holy Grail. In fact, we have done a couple Holy Grails on this channel. Some of them, I think they took them off. You know how it is. But the more recent one that we did about a month and a half ago, the Holy Grail, the chalice, you should check it out and get a vibration. And it was a chalice talk, wasn't it? So order your chalice today. Get your chalwa and partake of the tree of life in the real and true spiritual way in which the whole meditation is supposed to be done. So again, just email me priestisaac27@gmail.com and we'll give you more information as it relates to that. All right, so as I said, this is Chalice Talk. And I want to meditate today on unity within Rastafari. But here it is. We're going to be linking it directly with African Liberation Day, which of course we're still in the season, today being the 28th day. Give thanks for the Liberation Sabbath we're going into. Heart of Sabbath to each and every one. As I said, I'm going to light up my chalwa now. I hope by this time, the next Chalice Talk, you will have your chalice as well. We'll be literally partaking, of this specific grade here. Something freshly harvested from my garden. So we'll be touching upon this right now as we meditate. Yes, so give thanks for the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. As I said, African Liberation Day, and we're talking about unity within Rastafari. It's called Chalice Talk. Tiger with me. I hope you're ready with your chalwa. If not, you better press pause and pack it and come again. Yeah, give thanks. Chalice. Talk. Wait, let me make sure I got it. Positive. Yes, family, this is what Chalice Talk is about. It's elevation, vibration, preparation to go to war. Yes, give thanks. Give thanks for the EABIC, such sabbatical sounds. Give thanks for Daniel #1 band. Yes, give thanks. And of course, you know, we do promote business here. And if you're not promoting business, something specifically is wrong. Of course, you know, we do a program specifically, the Mind Your Own Business. We had a wonderful program this strong. If you did not see that program, you should visit or revisit our YouTube channel, the Priest Isaac YouTube channel. And we had a wonderful interview with Dr. Elisha Blackwood, specifically speaking of the African Cultural School in Florida, but it's still an international organization doing marvelous works for all of our children, wherever you are. If it's just up to you if you want to make a connection. And remember, once again, let me say that that program, which is Mind Your Own Business, is a program that's open to anyone. You know, once you have a business that you want to promote, we will promote it. There's no charge, there's no fee, nothing you have to pay for it. There's no strings attached, you know. To be honest, it's only that we wish one would even take that initiative up a bit more, you know, seriously. But I mean, you can, as they say here in Antigua, you can lead a horse, it's a horse or a donkey. I think it's a horse. You can lead a horse to the water, or you can't make it drink. So, well, donkey too. But anyway, but the program is open, eh? This is Chalice Talk, eh? Yeah, off script, freestyle. So the program is open. It's mind your own business. We facilitate interviews. So if you desire an interview as it relates to your business, just contact me. Whatever information you may have to give. If you don't want an interview, well, it's okay. We could just advertise your business, and we could promise you that it would be advertised more than once, hoping that they'll be ones that will continue to be a part of it, that it goes around. But anyway, before we go into what I would like to touch, and I pray that your meditation is as nice as mine, just highlighting and re-highlighting, of course, you've been hearing about it for a moment now, talking about the summer solstice. And for those who will be with us on Sunday, but this is a very serious thing here that we're doing. It looks like just some hike thing and tour thing. No, man, this is serious works. As you know, it's years we've been speaking about the preservation of Greencastle Hill, and because it is chess and not checkers, it's not everything we can just come and be telling you, well, this is what's happening behind the scenes or even in front of the scenes. But this is a work of preservation. That's why from time to time you hear us highlight even the site, the petition site, petitionsite.com, Greencastle Hill. You could go to that site, petitionsite.com, Greencastle Hill, and literally sign the petition as it relates to the preservation of Greencastle Hill. So a lot of you, which may, you may be new to the channel, you may have never even heard me speak of Greencastle Hill. I know sometimes you've just subscribed and you're more looking forward to the new video. You're not always in the mood to go back and see what's in the archives. But of course, the archives is full and overflowing, But for sure, I definitely understand that spirit. You got to work, go with the flow. If you're surfing, you got to ride the waves. Can't pretend you're going to make your own waves as such. So I understand and comprehend. So what we'll be doing, we will be revisiting the subject of Greencastle Hill. But I just want to say, for those of you who are sitting in on Sunday, all you have to do is come to the channel, that's all. There's no link for Sunday, just come to the channel. So that is why you should already be a subscriber as well, because the video will be either uploaded, well, it will be uploaded, but it might be premiered depending on the situation. But the point is, at 7 o'clock, you'll be able to sit in and watch Rastafari and the pyramids. That's the presentation that we'll be doing. Did I say Sunday? When is the 31st? Monday. Is Monday or Sunday? Let me just get this correct. Okay, pardon me. Let me just make sure. Okay, so it's Monday the 31st of May. Yeah, Monday the 31st of May. Just gotta check my notes. The schedule is packed. I'm telling you the truth. Monday the 31st of May, 2021. It is Rastafari and the pyramids. And what we'll be doing within this lecture, there'll be a lot of astronomical connections. So we'll be utilizing the understanding of the summer solstice and the winter solstice within this lecture. And that will also give a better comprehension too when you come to the subject of speaking of Greencastle Hill in Antigua. But for another time, we'll get to that. Just keep tuned to the channel. As I said, subscribe and push the notification button so that when the video come up, bling, it's there at least once a day. That should be blinging it. So definitely we'll be getting into this very soon, so you have a better understanding of why this summer solstice is promoted. And of course, for those of you who are into any form of archaeoastronomy, you know that the equinoxes and the solstices is very important in ancient tradition, in ancient symbolism, and of course in many structures where there's an alignment, whether it be the pyramids, whether it be temples, whether it be Stonehenge or these different structures that have been created to align with these same days, whether it's the rising sun or the setting sun, solstice and equinoxes, the very same event and the very same sort of dynamic takes place right here in the Caribbean in the island of Antigua in an area known as Greencastle Hill. And what stands out with Greencastle Hill more than any other place, you know, although they're places with natural boulders too, but the understanding and comprehension of the alignments that we see at Greencastle Hill is well documented right now. So even by us. So it's a natural megalithic site that naturally aligns with the movements of the heavens, just naturally, you know. So that is the vibration that stands up. Remember, this is Chalice Talk. You come to sit and sup with the good brother. So from Thursday the 17th to Sunday the 20th of June 2021, we will be having 3 exciting days, very similar to what we had for the spring equinox, but there's a bit more added to this event. So for those who were with us for the spring equinox, you would have remembered we had the morning hike, and then of course we had the evening hike, we had the cannabis tour and lecture, and this time around we're going to have the griot, Paddy Simon. He is Antigua's historian. There's no other historian in Antigua. I mean, there are 1 or 2 other people that will tell you, well, I know something he don't know. I mean, we have a lot of historians here, let me tell you the truth. Many people in Antigua is, you know, especially the elder ones. And he's not the elder of the elders, but what he has retained, you know, in his archives, plus how he presents it, is as they say, second to none. As they say, second to none. Well, sometimes I wonder if you're second to none. None, you know, none is like nothing. So you're second to none. But anyway, let's not waste time with that. So Brother Paddy Simon, he will be on the evening hike with us, which is the afternoon hike, and he'll be giving you some deep history. In fact, don't worry, even before that, I will make sure we sit with Brother Paddy Simon so you at least get a prep of where we are going with the good brother as it relates to the understanding of the history of Antigua and of course even Greencastle Hill. That is something that will definitely mesmerize you. That will be the evening hike, and we definitely looking to have one of our mighty herbalists with us. Definitely within the next program, I will give you a clarity on that. We'll be having another cannabis tour and lecture as we go to the Rastafari community, where, of course, those who were with us, acres of marijuana. In fact, I'm going to be showing you a few clips even before the 21st of June. So just keep tuned to the channel, man, so you get a better comprehension of exactly what we're talking about. I'll be showing you some of the clips of the last equinox that we did just 3 months ago, going into 3 months now ago. So you have a good idea of what will be coming again. But hey, the little plants that you saw, you understand? The little plants that you saw, they're smoking now, and plants coming, and bigger plants, and industry growing. Yeah, that's how it is right here in Antigua. That's exactly what I'm pushing forward. So you gotta come and check and see the works that we're doing. And we're gonna have a live Rastafari Chalice Talk. That is something you're gonna definitely full joy. I really hope you have your chalice by that time. So yeah, definitely, you know how to register. You just contact us. Email precise@27@gmail.com. Remember, all payments can be made using the Cash App, the Atonrat 2723. Remember, even in using such Cash App for any transaction, I always encourage ones, make sure that you definitely still contact us via email for clarity and balance with that. Now, the full package, of course, is just $100. You may be saying $100 for, because it's a lot. Remember, this is 3 days. 3 days, at least 2 to 3 hours each day. You just staying at home, you know, because the real situation is, my good brothers and sisters, is you know what's going on the planet. And although with the vaccination and all of that, you know, in certain places, well, you can come if you're fully vaccinated and this and that. Long story short, I personally still find the level of traveling, especially to come here, is something that would be a bit uncomfortable for those who I love. And I wouldn't want to put no one through no discomfort at the last moment, no extra expense. And I'm just telling you how it is, you know. So until I personally feel that there's some level of open freedom, then I will be saying, well, we're inviting ones to come to Antigua and stay at this place or stay at that place. We're going to carry on the island tour. Because if you can recall it, this is a 7-day event when some of you would have already come down here and joined us. And you would have come to Greencastle Hill in flesh and done the meditation, the yoga and all of that. You know, so give thanks for all of those. Give thanks for Sister Christelle. Give thanks for Brother Albin. Give those who are on their way. Give thanks to Sister Beverly and, you know, different ones who have already come and already made plans to come. But since the COVID-19 incident came up, this is why we're stressing now the virtual edition, where, to be honest, it gives much more, many more people, I should say, the opportunity to actually come and sit in and sup with us on this one. So that's why it's on a virtual level. And then we'll be opening the gates when the gates are open. So the full package is only $100, my good brothers and sisters. In fact, listen to this. You have a special $85 offer if you were to register before the 7th of June. So just keep looking forward to hear more information, you know, and I'll be definitely here to carry that on another level. Yes, that is the summer solstice virtual tour to Greencastle Hill. Now we did a program with Brother Ankoma Dread, and very nice program, African Liberation Day. We did it on the day. In fact, if you didn't see that one, I would advise you go and take a look at that as well. And, you know, the brother read the whole speech of Emperor Haile Selassie I. I didn't really expect that. He didn't expect it to kind of you know. But I mean, in fact, I mean, that was like the highlight of the whole program. And he read it. It was wonderful the way he expressed it, and he did it like lightning speed to a degree. It was a long speech, you know. He didn't leave you hanging, and it was the words of the Most High speaking, and it was marvelous. It was like a whole picture was being painted, you know, when I was here sitting down, taking in what the good brother was giving to us. So African Liberation Day itself is the 25th day of May. And one of the things I was highlighting this year on the radio program, Holy Haile Elassie'S, Jah, Rastafari, give thanks. One of the things that I was highlighting this year was that we cannot forget that Emperor Haile Selassie I and Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, is the central point of this whole affair that we refer to as African Liberation Day. One of the things that was taking place around this part, and I would believe in your area too, is that they were referring to the day as Africa Day. I know I heard that last year, and I think I heard that the year before. but maybe I thought it was a mistake. So it's now being called Africa Day, not African Liberation Day. Now remember, we were the Organization of African Unity, but we have become the African Union, somewhat styled, off of the European Union, pardon me, from my understanding. So, I was just stressing to the populace that we cannot forget this. Now, African Liberation Day is something that ripples out. It's encompassed 360 degrees. For example, again, Brother and Madred gave us a good understanding of even Pan-Africanism in its inception, at least, as far as how we define it in this modern day time. He carried us as far back as to Menelik II and the brother from Haiti. What's his name? Sylvia. I think it's Benito Sylvia from Haiti. Give thanks for such information and knowledge, who came to the courts of the great Menelik II and the first Pan-African conference in London and these different things. All of this is before 1963. All of this is before the Organization of African Unity. All of this is before the birth of Haile Selassie. But at that time, Menelik II, standing, representing the only African country that has not been colonialized, because we have to be careful with our words. Words is politics, because many times people tell you, well, the only independent countries in Africa were Ethiopia and Liberia. I mean, technically, to one degree, that is true. But you cannot put Liberia in the same context of Ethiopia, really, if we're going to try to make a sort of historical bang point here, meaning that Liberia was really a creation of the United States, a so-called former colony itself, interesting stuff. And that is why even the flag of Liberia is the flag of the United States with one star. I think that's how it is. Really, it's a different situation. Ethiopia, I mean, Liberia went through a bang just like Ghana and Sierra Leone too, but Ethiopia stood the test of time, thousands of years. You know what I mean? Mountains protecting it. The Great Wall of China couldn't protect China from whoever had to come in, not even from Genghis Khan and them fellas there, much less from the British Army and all of that. So Ethiopia stood strong. Johannes, can't forget them people here. Even Emperor Theodore, Menelik II. So that's the African liberation, because that is what African liberation struggle is all about. It's about resisting and fighting against colonialism and fighting for independence. That's like the really what it is. It's not a religion. It's not what color is Christ. That's not really what it is. It's a fight for culture too, but it's a very holistic thing if you want to comprehend what the African liberation thing is all about. Good. So just moving speedily on the point. Although this is Chalice Talk, by the way, give thanks for spending some time with God here, all the gods and goddesses out there. And this is a message really to all of I and I as Rastafari. I really hope you could sit and sup with me so we can get the point of the message clear, because it's a very important point I'm making. If we're really serious about unity, with our love, within the heart pouring out, I tell you the truth. Yeah, I tell you the truth. As I hear the birds singing. So So it is a 360 around the 25th of May, 1963. So again, as I said, the liberation struggle was on, before. And going up to 1963, we already know the history. One of the reasons why many people hail Brother Kwame Nkrumah, even some would say he's the father of Africa. And the All African Conference that was held in 1958, if I'm not mistaken, the 13th of April, somewhere thereabouts. And that was in West Africa. Now, as the good brother was showing us, going back to Brother Nkrumah Dread, that there was a specific division amongst those who were advocating for freedom and redemption and independence in Africa. And that made them split up into two different groups. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Casablanca group and the Monrovia group, something of the sort. And the emperor was the only one that didn't pick a side. Just to show you how the emperor is the not only the peacemaker, but the one that balanced everything out every time. So you had a whole group on one side and a whole group on the other side. Follow me good, my family, please. Listen, this is a very important point. This is not trying to unravel and nothing. This is so important to us. So the emperor balanced everything. Yes, the conference went out in 1958, but we know that it was in 1963 that everything came to its fullness, where it had to come. Again, even when the professor was with us, he was showing, and Nkrumah Dread I talking, man, he was showing you that even Brother Kwame Nkrumah, and I think it's maybe the one from, Guinea or one of these countries were kind of ready to say, nah, man, I can't deal with this thing, and they were walking away from each other, and the king had to hold their hands and say, no. And there's a picture like that, I don't have it up here. As I said, this is somewhat freestyle, where the emperor, I'm sure you all know it, where the emperor is holding the hands of the African leaders, showing that, no, man, this is peace we're dealing with. So the emperor is well known as the peacemaker in Morocco and the war in Morocco and Algeria. Remember, we have documented that as well, showing you the emperor is on the front line, the emperor on the front line of people war, in between gunshots, saying, hey, we are dealing with. Now tell me, how did that get lost in history? Who's the keeper in history? Who's the chief librarian here? Grave diggers of truth. Who is the chief librarian? Who keeps history? Who keeps history? But I always say history was invented. You have to wonder if oh my God, this thing, So yeah. But follow me, good family. So when you comprehend now, we're talking about, yes, the African unity and the oneness and the emperor for sure at the helm of all of this. Even we as Rastafari, we acknowledge this. This is very deep, family. This is so deep when you understand that even when Haile Selassie went to the United States in 1963, and the statement that Kennedy made, I'm sure you know it, when he clearly said that in the past 10 years, we've seen a revolution unlike any other. So with no disrespect, when you see people talking about Fidel Castro and even Che Guevara and all of these ones, with no disrespect, trust me, with no disrespect, if President Kennedy is right in what he's saying, and he didn't just say, he actually used stats, because he's showing you, okay, I think it was, I can't remember the exact statement, but those of you who know the statement that Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy was saying in 1963, he was expressing that the amount of countries that the emperor have brought to independence, and that's very important, President Kennedy said that under the guide of Haile Selassie I, that there are 29 also African countries that gained their independence in the last decade, and 100 and how many million people, something never seen, a revolution never seen, on this level, which shows you that the countries that got independence was because of the works of Haile Selassie I. Remember again, when Italy attacked Ethiopia, everybody had already gone under the colonial grip. So it was just as if we have one more country. Don't mind Liberia. That was a US flag flying there. It's one more country we have to get, and it's Ethiopia with the red, gold, and green. You know what I mean? But when it came in, yeah, stiff resistance and the shrewd nature of the king brought victory on the 5th of May, 1941. Ethiopia still an empire, still a monarchy amongst the European world. Understand the science. Remember, he brought the League of Nations to the end, to a rubble. All of that very, very important. So at the same time now, all the African countries, looking up to the emperor, the monarchy in Ethiopia. That's why Nelson Mandela went to Haile Selassie I. That's a fact. Even before he got arrested. Remember Nelson Mandela, Robert Mugabe, even though these countries got their independence a bit later, these ones were trained guerrilla fighters. Most of them presidents ain't no joking. It's trained guerrilla, sniper, sharpshoot fighter they are. You understand? Kwame Nkrumah, we already understand. Jomo Kenyatta definitely, clearly explained that they had their spark from Marcus Messiah Garvey, who is the one that lit up the whole Western world to understand that we have an emperor in Ethiopia, we have a kingdom in Ethiopia. So all of that is African liberation. So that's the mind frame. And you cannot take Haile Selassie out of that and pretend you can, African Day and AU Day and Kwame Nkrumah. No. Do not try that. No, not on the INI watch. No, cannot happen. We get terrible when we see people trying them kind of slick move. No, man, don't try that. No. We pull the sword. I telling you, who vex you, up to you, eh? Don't be trying to pretend like, yeah, tell nobody. No, tell nobody. No. We come outside. I'm telling you, maybe as I said, you ain't see what's going on behind the scenes, but yeah, man, blood have to run to make sure we defend. I mean, I'm speaking very metaphorically here, so don't get too carried away. I mean, very poetically I'm speaking. But yeah, you get the idea. You got to defend the emperor. So what I'm saying still, even we as Rastafari, you understand, give thanks great granddaddy Melanie II. One of the things as Rastafari we stand for is the example of the emperor. No, Rastafari. Look at Rastafari international. Rastafari just, look like Rastafari. You hear about these many houses and mansions. And in reality, if you put these houses and mansions together that people always talk about, I don't know, I know that don't make up half of Rastafari, because the vast majority of Rastafari ain't in no houses, no mansions, no nothing. Sometimes people don't even think about that, as if, well, it's just them houses and mansions. Well, you got to join a house or a mansion. Yeah. Well, anyone just pick one and you're good. Yeah, foolishness, obviously. So this Rastafari thing is a very broad thing. It's a big thing. I like to say Rastafari is definitely an African liberation movement. It has a lot of different aspects into it, a lot of facets, a lot of different tunnels and alleyways. Some a bit more spiritual than some a bit more warrior-like, some a bit more on the nutritional thing, some a bit more. There's a little religion in it too. All sort of little stuff inside of the Rastafari thing, but it's an African liberation movement for sure. Now it is a divine concept because Rastafari is Haile Selassie I. yes, as a liberating king and not King George, but for sure, the Rastafari, as we know it, is something that has a spiritual component, a divine link, you know, to the unknown, eh? Whether you Bible or whatever, eh? Even if you push that aside, that don't change it at all. That Rastafari, you know, don't feel me. Rastafari is a divine vibration, something connected to the quote unquote unknown. Sure, you know, so that is why a Rastafari, the first step to be a Rastafari is not locks and food and herb, and is to understand the divinity or accept the divinity of Haile Selassie the First. That's really what it is. The first aspect, or I would say the first step of going into what Rastafari is. So now, as Rastafari, the people, this is what the scripture said, no, they are called by his name. So those of us who are called by his name, there's a reason why we're called by his name. Yes, there's a scripture that says so, that you'll know the children of God because they're called by his name. And there's no other quote unquote religion where the people are called by the name of the person they praise. So the Buddha is not called Buddha. Hey, Buddha's birthday was the 26th of May. Yeah, bless up Buddha there, man. Yeah, I'm looking for a good sleep. And you, the Buddha, just come right in. That's the young Olmec here, the Honorable Prince. I was showing them your work here. So this is the work of the Honorable Prince here. Well, I mean, I did a little touching up, but this is the work. Yeah, basically. Okay, sorry. That's the work of the Prince. So I'm taking some glory from you. And you see a stick anyway, my Lord. But anyway, yeah, so the Buddha birthday is the 26th of May. So but I'm saying the Buddha, they don't call him Buddha. The Christian, they don't call him Christ. They don't call him Jesus. The Muslim, they don't call him Muhammad. They may say Mohammedan, but that, no. We are Rastafari. That's why I tell ones, I'm not, he's not Rastafarian or Rastafariism and all them long talking. It's Rastafari, for the children shall be called by his name. But anyway, it's okay. Don't worry about that. We soon seal up here. We soon seal up because the point is very important and clear, and we get into it. So I'm saying that we as Rastafari, that whole concept of the emperor dwell in us and all of that, okay, it sounds nice. We talk it. People like to say, oh, we need to unite and come together. Man, sometimes I even don't want to hear them talk. Time we talk saying that. Why you saying that? What saying that doesn't say nothing right now. It's doing it. Look, we say business is a very important aspect of coming together. No coming together there without making money. Money. Yeah, money. Yeah, money for real. Yeah, we gotta put that away soon. Yeah, but anyway. No business coming together without busyness. So the point I'm making that we gotta look at these things that are already put down. Look at the Rastafari Organization for the Faculty of New Thinking. How many seminars and webinars that have been gone forward now? 6 of them. Give thanks for those who are a part of that, Brother Jadaniel, etc. And many different aspects were put down, and I'm looking forward for the cataloging of all of those information and bringing back out to the Rastafari community. But are we serious about unity, my brethren and sisters? Are we serious about coming together? Okay, watch me, man. This is my point. Now, in 1963, Haile Selassie gathered, I wanted to check this in, 31 other African nations, independent African nations, to come around him in Addis Ababa. And the African Charter was established. Remember, we say the emperor dwell in us. Remember that we say we have to listen to the emperor's words. The emperor is the chief example So the emperor is setting an example here for those of us who he dwell in. So he gathered 31 heads of state. Check the history. It is 32 countries that started the Organization of African Unity. So it's 31 plus Ethiopia. And they gathered together. They had different flags. Listen to me good. Eh? They had different flags. Nobody there came with the same flag. They had different tongues, language. They had different cultures, although we know Africa have a certain string that runs through all of the cultures. That's what could have brought them together. Because they all beat drum. They had different names for their gods. Some may have been saying Amun. Some may have been saying Moja. Some may have been saying Unkulunkulu. Some may have been saying Jesus Christus Exebre. But if you would have heard the speech that the good brother was reading, and I know many of you know the speech too, the emperor clearly showed us that these things should be no obstacle. There's a word that was used that I can't go over. That's the definition, but the word ain't coming to me. But there should be no obstacle. I'm gonna get the word. That should keep us from uniting. They even went as far, and this was highlighted again, to show that even internal political conflicts, another one should not just jump in from another country. That's interesting, because I always used to say, with all these different, takeovers in Africa, I always said, but how come this other country didn't come in? How come when they overthrew this and that didn't come in and his brethren they be? Getting an understanding and comprehension that was actually like a part of the protocol as such. But that didn't take away from the fact that they were coming together to work. The emperor said in his speech that we assume, I think the word is, that each individual nation is dealing with a plan of development, which is very important. It starts within. So you as a human being, you're supposed to have a plan of development going on within your own self. Within your family, you have a plan of development going on. Community. So we're talking about houses and mansions now. You're supposed to have a plan of development going on within the house and the mansion. And this is what you bring together now as Rastafari for the betterment of the whole. You don't have to worry about no flag. Listen, hold on, let me start again. The emperor is the example. Am I right or wrong? Rastafari speaking to. The emperor is the example. The emperor called 31, according to what I've read. It was 32. So I assume it's 31 and 25. The math's off, okay. But we know it's there, somewhere around there. But the 31 is important. You know, they say Joshua conquered 31 cities. Eh? So the emperor, 31, brought them together. Different flags. Look at all the different flags there with the Ethiopian flag in front. Different languages. Look at all the countries represented. Just one or two little corners and the whole of Southern Africa tie up. You don't know how that was. Not South Africa. The whole of Southern Africa tie up in apartheid. Give thanks. And we didn't worry about none of the differences, and we came together for African unity. You see? So now when the emperor went to Jamaica, in 66. He meet 31 heads again. Now let me show you something here. Before we even continue, ones have to find a strong appreciation in the heart for what Rastafari as I and I people really mean to this world. If you don't understand it, it may not look so. It may not look so because we get stick up and rob every day. That's why everybody can wear masks now because they're just robbing Rasta. Stick them up. Give me all the marijuana, medical marijuana. Give me all medical marijuana. We ain't gonna lock you up no more. Just give it to us. Come on. Empty out your pockets. Give me all the medical marijuana. Everything is ours. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a few trees for all the blows that you got and the licks. I know we killed some of you, but it's all right. In fact, don't take more than a few trees. Don't worry, just smoke it. Nobody can do you anything. Well, I'm going to make some oil, sir. No, you can make the oil, but you can't sell it. Can't sell it. The pharmaceutical law is not passed yet. The bigger fellas, they're all right. They can do it. They'll probably, but you can't do it. We have some Chinese coming in. They're going to get some land and they're going to do the big farm. Don't worry, we're not going to lock you up again. All right, go back in and sleep now. Don't lock up the Rasta again for the marijuana. You can still lock up the little man. He only has about 3 ounces. He can't. Yeah. So, robbery, the value, ganja belonged to us. We were the only people in the world. Only people in the world. The hippie came in and held up a leaf for a couple years and they disappeared. We were the only people in the world. Put the prize, kick up. Yeah, listen. With the people in the Sadus and everybody smoke the ganja. But we were on the front line, batting blows for the ganja, kick up, thump up for the marijuana. And we just robbed from us. You think is Rasta benefit from reggae music? What the joke is this? The whole world is about vegan. It's vegan now. Vegan eating. Vegan, not idle. Vegan. We have the idle is vegan, vegetarian, vegan, and all sorts of pretty words. When we were the ones that said no salt in the pot. We were the ones that say cook out of the calabash. That's what the world running with now. We were the ones that say coconut water. We were the ones. We, Rastafari. We get blow for that too. Kick pot off fire. Yeah, the world gone with that. World gone with that. Everybody have locks now. We ain't got one saloon. Cause we one saloon, eh? Well, yeah. You could give it another name. But the industry. I don't know what madness is this you running from this. The industry of creating natural locks should be run by Rastafari. Not even that gone in somebody else. So the point is that we are the healing of the nation. You hear what the Prime Minister around here said? Well, we have always exempted Rasta from long time from getting vaccines. So he said, so that means what people talking about today, Rastafari long time done talking about we don't want a vaccine. So Rastafari need to understand that we are the innovators, we are the forerunners. If we only understand our concept is what the world must come back to, from the way we look, to the way we eat, to the way we sing, to the way we dance, to the way we praise, all of our colors, they got to show everything. and come to this, they may jokingly say it now. Boy, me have to come Rasta because I like a Rasta now to take the vaccine. They may be jokingly saying it now. Marcus Garvey speak about back against the wall. Isaiah 2 and 3, read that good. That is what people want me to talk about, the even when 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. We've done it already, but one of these days. Isaiah 2 and 3. Days when the back is against the wall. So in the same way that Haile Selassie came to 31 heads of states of Africa, is the same way that Haile Selassie came to 31 heads of Rastafari, because Rastafari is the children of Rastafari. That's why he gave them gold medals. This is the fulfillment of prophecy. This ain't no regular visit. This is something dynamic taking place here. This is an example for the planet Jupiter to observe. That's how deep it is. So the 31, I don't know how many groups of Rasta they have now, whether it's 31, 37, 52, or 17. But the point is, as I said earlier, there are those that don't belong to no house nor no mansion. The point is that Rastafari in general represent, obviously, the 31 elders that were visited, but they represent the 31 nations that came together, independent nations that came together. The only ones that could not come together were those that were still colonialized. So if we can't come together, that means we're still colonialized. Because the 31 independent African countries came together in 63. Then you have the 31 heads of Rastafari that the king bring together in King's house, the only king to be in King's house. And he give them all the symbol of winning the race, the gold medal. And then he leave them. And what did he say? Organize, centralize. We all know that. I just did it in Ethiopia. Kwame Nkrumah didn't come in with the Ghana flag and said, well, wait, Secretary, that is the flag that you carry. This is the right flag. Oh, I just have to, Everybody came as they were. Nobody tried to change nobody because they were mature. They were big people. And they know how to work for the common good. They were independent. Only those who were colonialized could not attend. So if we can't attend that conference of unity, we still colonialize. No, make no excuse. No, try excuses. Oh, well, you can say what you want. If we cannot attend, if there's not a unity amongst us, everybody don't have to come, because everybody wasn't there in 63. I'm using this as an example. I hope you're following me good. Everyone wasn't there in 63. The independent ones were there in 63. The colonialized ones could not come because Britain had them and whoever else. So they couldn't come. So those of us who cannot come to the table of peace and form a unity, I am assuming we're still colonialized in one form or the other. It's shameful, man. We have the answer for the world. We have the answer for the world. You know what I hear someone saying too? You see, boy, we're afraid of leadership too. We are afraid of leadership. People want you to be leader, and when you lead, you don't need a leader. The leader inside of you, Weird people, man. We need to come out of them dead talk there. I'm telling you straight. Yeah. So now when the unity is needed now, because everybody on their own little thing, well, be on their thing, but come in a unity for a common cause. And that's the example that I think Haile Selassie has given us. And he passed it on in the same numerology 3 years after, on the 21st of April, 22nd of April, when he meet 31. And remember, Rastafari is the top. There's nothing greater than Rastafari. So this must be symbolic of the 31 heads of Africa, because it's Rastafari that will unite Africa. It's Rastafari that take up the mantle of African liberation. It's we are the 70 elders that the scripture says Moses put his spirit on. That's the vibration. So we have the spirit of the Moses. We have the spirit of the emperor. And the example again, within the 31 elders and the 31 heads of state. So let us be independent so we can come together. Give thanks again, for the African new faculty, not just them alone really, but for years ones have been attempting this gumminess and this unity. Let us not forget that. That is for sure. But somehow, in a time like now, when we cannot speak of a ministry of health, in a time like now, when we can't speak of a ministry of education, a ministry of social transformation, elders, a ministry for the elders, economic ministry as a kingdom, some sort of clear understanding of a central point of unity. And this discussion ain't for no naysayers and no weird commentator. I mean, they can say what they want. I'm speaking to those who have a genuine heart for this. There's all kind of weird talking going on too. Oh, well, what are you doing? And that kind of dead meditation. Because we have taken upon ourselves the ministry of education. And we don't just talk education. We do education. So I know there ain't no human being that walk this planet can even look square at me and ask me anything about what we're doing. Because the first step, I have to laugh at this. I ain't going there, man. So as Rastafari, and I need to look at this example. 31, it is us. And it's not just about what we're going to do right now. And okay, what we doing, this and that. To the houses and the mansions, for sure. Wow. Yeah, we got to keep in mind that you have it's a generational thing. People getting gray beard and so in this. This ain't no joke thing. This is no religious thing. This ain't no Scooby-Doo who coming back thing, man. This is a real thing. It's not an individual thing. Thanks, my Lord. King Emmanuel say individualism is Satanism. This program, this is, I mean, we don't do nothing to impress nobody really, but this ain't no impress nobody program. This is serious talk. And even if there wasn't any central unity, trust me, even if there wasn't a central unity, and the different houses as they're called, because I don't even know too much about nothing else outside of Bingy Bo and 12 Tribe and many angles, man gone quiet. I know this is nobody right. But it's more than one person have contacted me and said they are happy that they have found my channel. Because they were searching for what Rastafari was. And they've been watching this specific channel for a while. And I'm going to call the name. I'm going to call the name because I don't want nobody to think I'm talking about them. So I'm going to say who it is, they say. Rasta Kitchen. It's Rasta Kitchen or Rasta Kitchen with the brethren there. I don't want to make it sound, but that's, I just telling you what they tell me. I wouldn't make it up, you know what I mean, like that. So, but what the point I'm making there, you know, not disrespect to the brother, you know what I mean, give thanks, I mean, no disrespect, but I just telling you, you know what I mean, I just telling you how it is. I kind of feel that way. I put him out like that, no disrespect, not like it. I have a problem with the man program at all, but for sure, what I'm saying is that for whatever reason, these people were looking for Rasta. Everybody didn't come Rasta the same way. And everybody here about Malia, everybody went to the Bingy, everybody here says, Lord, I wait on whoever, however you came in. Some people looking for the truth in 2021 and don't even know where to start. They never get the Bob Marley thing. They didn't grow up on Bob Marley like you. I'm telling you because they hit me all the time. So they're getting it from real scratch. You think you can just start, well, Marcus Garvey, you didn't even know what you're talking there. Scratch. So when they run up into the brother there in the kitchen, and the king does be in the kitchen too, you know what I mean? So they, as they see it, okay, well, maybe you have the most views, whatever the case is, and this is what Rasta is all about. Straight up, that's how they see it. Remember, it's not like if they coming up, it's lobster and shrimp they aren't doing us. So, oh, well, next man, maybe a little lobster thing, and so, okay. Yeah, man, get my locks going, yeah, man. But then they run into Priest Isaac now, and he's saying something else here, man. Wow, not even fish. And then you get to a different level there, and they'll email me and say, hey, well, my brother, before I came to your channel, I was watching just who I said. And I'm saying all that to say that Rastafari as a movement, you know, there should be a propaganda machinery, not just by a one man, a propaganda machinery saying Rastafari that's strong enough to infiltrate anybody that's looking for Rastafari. That's what I mean. Yeah. If you type in Haile Selassie documentary, the master ceremony is either in the top 3, 4, nothing more less than 5. You understand? So it's a choice to make. It there. Easy to find. Whatever went into getting it there, it there. So as a unit, utilizing what is there for us. We like to say, oh, Marcus Garvey never had Facebook, but you have it. Marcus Garvey never had Twitter, but you have it. Marcus Garvey never had YouTube, but you have it, and you have Skype, and you have Zoom, and you have this, and you have that. So we're supposed to be breaking down walls. Remember, that is the mission Christ gave us, you know. Christ didn't say, go you into the world and plant as much ganja as Johnny Appleseed, you know. He said, go out into the world and teach my gospel. That's what we do here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Who you see on the wall, Empress Melanie, you know, it's Haile Elassie's. Every time we start to talk it, We not talk unless we say Haile Selassie. Maybe once or twice he gets away because of some just excitement. We do not begin. Nobody can tell us, even if it's in a church, do not invite me to come to no church, nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. I will begin. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie. I just say, well, you can't have him, you can't come and sit straight. So the mission is to go throughout the world and preach the gospel, if you want to put it in that language. And I'm saying it again, that is what we do. So as a team now, yeah, man, as Rastafari, I'm not Rastafari. Rastafari have to be in the millions right now. Have to be in the millions. Yeah, man. So nobody's supposed to run into nobody's kitchen looking for I and I. We're supposed to have restaurants all over the place with a clear menu. But we're not united. They say, well, why you don't do it? I mean, why I don't do it? Well, you see how you're missing the point. And this ain't no jokey game. You set up radio stations, and so you'd be surprised. I mean, I don't even want to go into these things because it's another level. That's why we need security even amongst ourselves. On all levels. On all levels. Here, I got to say, brother, and we're sealing up now, Got to say, brother Rastafari sabbatical. I should have said this at the beginning, Rastafari sabbatical. He's out there again. I wasn't even aware that the brother's channel was taken down. They took down Rastafari sabbatical's channel. That's the rabbi, Adonis. Give thanks to the brother. You know what I mean? So I think you could just search for him again. I think it's Rastafari Groundation, or I think it's 2 channels I think the brother set up right now. So all those who would have followed the brother, you know, they took down his channel. It looked like he was banned for a couple of years, man. You know, I haven't watched every single video the brother has, but I know I never heard about cursing nobody. You know, maybe once or twice he gets a little passionate with what he's saying, but I'm telling you, you see, and he, I mean, well, for sure. I think he goes into some levels there that may touch the occult world. I think it has to be that, because outside of that, man, I really can't see nothing that. Even that, I mean, come on, whatever. But give thanks, he's there again. That's the point. And I was bringing up. I brought him up for a reason in closing. Just tiger with me, man. I mean, I'm not in no rush, you know, but I know some of you want to go to sleep. But the reason why I brought him in is just to show that he's, you know, he's someone on the front line there. He's someone spreading the gospel. What gospel, brother? That man that has born, hold on, take it easy. Take it easy. Different flag, eh? Different flag. I know you say Haile Selassie. All right. Different language. Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Whatever. Rastafari. I say, okay, bam. I know you say Rastafari. I know somebody would have listened to him and wasn't saying Rastafari and saying Rastafari now. They may not even go his way. There are people that listen to me that never say Rastafari. And after listening to me, they say Rastafari. They don't turn bubble, no. They just maybe go somewhere else, you know, but they say Rastafari. So just take it easy. Everyone have a work to do. So the brethren now, I'm saying that the brother was, I'm just showing you how easy it is to just take somebody out. Not take him out, but just dump his channel. As he was saying, videos he have, but we can't even find them now.
And I always put that to the faithful. Ones must consider these little things, as simple as it is. I go through that several times on every little platform I have. Just some weird thing, even email. How much time I have to tell you? And I'm even gonna say it again. I try to say these things. You know what? Those of concern email me themselves and tell me, well, we are investigating your traffic. You know, we'll take it down and we'll get back to you. People that can take it down. Yeah, I tell you that. They email me clear. Clear, bright daylight. And then email me back a couple of days after and say, well, we already gone through and everything is found. Okay, you can go ahead. Yeah, not Gmail, you know. The Gmail, but it's not Gmail, email me. I'm talking about the 3-letter people. Okay, I'm not going through that. I'm just not in the mood to go through that, but I'm just trying to show you how serious the thing does get. When you're speaking the truth, you ain't speaking about bombing no place. You ain't speaking about no assassination of nobody. You just speaking the truth. Hailing Haile Selassie. This is very serious, you know. Those of you who say you hail Selassie and Selassie is king and this and that, give thanks. But when you see people on the front line bigging up the same Hail Selassie that you say is king and spreading the gospel as the scriptures say, you must have some level of respect for them to the point when they take down sabbatical channel. This is what I'm saying. That's all it takes now. That's what Bob Marley said. How long shall they kill our prophets and we stand aside and look? That's all it is. Pull down his channel. Hey, what become of the Rastafari sabbatical? Yeah. I'm busy still. I go watch Priest ago. Yeah. Because even when you put up this new video, you see some of the comments saying, well, happy to see you again. We were wondering where you were. And nothing wrong with that. I myself really understand. But everybody have a different job here. That may not be my job. That may not be my job. What I'm saying, when they were deported Marcus Garvey, thousands of people on the pier blowing it up. Marcus Garvey, when you're coming back, with the handkerchief and waving. They themselves said that they had the handkerchief. Everybody have the handkerchief waving to Marcus Garvey. And a ship carrying him away. Thousands of people in. Thousands of people in. Now you may say, well, if they did anything, they would have risked their life. I'm telling you, okay. Wisdom is better than putting your life on the line and all of that. I understand that. But that wasn't wisdom. That was just people fearful and afraid, not understanding their duty as those who have been lifted up by Marcus Garvey. I'm being clear here. And we still show that today. So any of our leaders can just get taken out. Any of our inspirators then, because I'm no leader. Any of our inspirators, they can get taken out. And they become heroes and they're the greatest. Midnight. No inquiry. Anybody spend any money and inquire? I'm not saying I don't want to make it sound so good. I really wouldn't even really want to go there. To be very honest, you don't know how that is, and that's even family business. But I don't say what I say, and I got Bill on the point. My point is, there's some obvious great ones that come amongst us with the message, and the enemy understand that. The enemy understand that. Malik Zula Shabazz always says that Khalid Muhammad says, that if he slip on a banana peel, if he Khalid Muhammad slip on a banana peel and he dies, just know that is the white man did it. That's what Khalid Muhammad say. Now, with a man that say that, those of us that love him so much can know, oh boy, Khalid, he's my big man. All of us love him so much. How many of us have taken our money and put it into some sort of whatever to create an inquiry, a proper inquiry into his death? A man that died in the prime of his life and everything. Yeah, we could say he had some medical underlying conditions, whatever. Okay, fair enough. Even if we find it was a natural death, it doesn't mean like we lose the money. But he's worth enough. He's worth enough even in death. He is worth enough even in death that we put money together, or somebody that like the gab at the mouth and how they love Khalid and they have the money to put it on the table and get a proper inquiry. Now, I'm not calling for that, Listen to me good, is a point I'm making. That just came to mind. I'm not calling for that, nor for anybody else. And I even used Khalid just to jump off of what I was saying before because I didn't want to stick there. But you get my point. I'm showing you we have to address our heart. That's why, sometimes the talk don't move, man. Talk don't move nothing. Talk. How many of us inquire of children left behind of these great ones that we admire? We just guess, oh, they're all right. You even know what I mean? Remember, it is our mouth. When the brother came from the death of Saul, he did not kill Saul. For those who remember the lecture we did, the last Chalice talk. He did not kill Saul. He came to David with Saul's crown and the bracelet and tell David, boy, Saul was almost dead, and he tell me kill him. And I said, boy, Saul, I can't do that. And Saul said, kill me. Oh, David, I didn't want to do it, but you would have died anyway, and them fellas would have killed him, and he didn't want them fellas kill him, so I just kill him. Boy, I didn't want to do it, boy, I kill him for you. Thinking that David would have blessed him because Saul was David's enemy. David said, what? You killed the Lord's anointed. David slew him on the spot. Tell somebody fall on him and said, your own mouth, after he dead, David's still talking to him. Your own mouth has testified against you. Your mouth, what you say has testified against you. You say you kill the man, you don't do the man a thing. If you did just bring the crown and the bracelet, you would have been all right. And just hush your mouth. But I killed the man, I didn't mean to. Trying to act it out and everything, and he loses life for that. So what I'm saying, it may sound a bit harsh, my brothers and sisters, but I mean, there are only very few that can speak even for I and this, because who feels it knows. I'm sure, listening to my good brother Rastafari sabbatical, I'm actually echoing what I hear him say. He's actually putting out to those who follow him and understanding that, hey, this ain't no joke game. That's what he's saying. He's bringing the word of the truth to you. He may not have every truth. He may not come with the whole, book on plants and leaves, and he break down every mineral in the ground. So there are other things to be learned. But he has a core truth that he believes is a problem. And that's why they quiet you. And they have different means and ways of quieting you. This is just a reality talk. That's why this is Chalice talking. It's just real. Just real. But anyway. We need to unite. That's what it is. Nobody's supposed to be left out in unity. So the Lion of Judah Society, he's part of a society. The Lion of Judah Society. So the Lion of Judah Society should be united. The Lion of Judah Society is supposed to split up into 5 different Lion of Judah Society. And them fellas, them lions to deal with them lions over here. And them is uptown Judah and downtown Judah. Give me that. Lion of Judah Society is supposed to be one. So when they pull down or whatever, because he have the whole Lion of Judah Society with him. Lion of Judah Society can bust a next website, bust a next page, just set up and move. Bam. Lion of Judah Society. So when we call for Rastafari unity, the Lion of Judah Society come well set. Bobo Shanti come well set. Everybody come well set, like the African nations come well set, independently thinking, ready to unite Africa. Emmanuel I, Selassie Jah, Rastafari. Yes, family, give thanks. After the Sabbath day, thanks to those who stayed with us for the fullness. Emmanuel I, Selassie Jah, That's Nasir, Gamal Nasir of Egypt. Brother Kwame Nkrumah. Organization of African Unity, African Hall, Africa Hall, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.